Hi, so I'm Erica Arnold. This is my family on the front of the screen. I love my little family. Um, it's my boyfriend Matthew, and Matthew is holding our dog Lola, and I'm holding my dog Zoe. And I say my dog because she's my dog. She's not ours, she's mine. So, a little bit about me. I'm going to talk about my SPED story, my education, my move, and my change. So, I don't have any graphics because I believe that I am my best graphic and my best presentation. So, originally, I graduated high school from Southern Cuga High School in Poplar Ridge, New York, which is a teeny tiny town between Syracuse and Ithaca. Closer to the Ithaca side. My high school is about 40 minutes from Ithaca, New York. Um, so I was born and raised there. Originally, I was a marketing major, and that didn't go so well for me. I absolutely hated it. So basically, you could say my first year of college, I learned how to play euchre, and I lived there. So that's not going to work out for life. So I came home and I really thought about, well, what am I going to do? And at my high school is very, very small and rural. It's a very large area of land, but it's a very small amount of people. It's very much a farm community. So there's not a lot of special education kids and higher needs kids from several different districts, got bused into our school. There was a gentleman that was in my graduating class, and for whatever reason, I had the ability to calm him and to get him back on track when needed, to the point that there were times that his teachers would come and get me out of class because they couldn't get him to calm down. So I thought to myself, maybe I should try that. So hence becoming an education major. However, I really never wanted to be a classroom teacher. I only wanted to be a SPED teacher. So in the state of New York, what I did is I went to community college and I got my 2-year degree in early childhood education. And then I took a couple of years off because I just wasn't getting very much financial aid and I wasn't getting parental support. So I took time off until I could use my own income, and I worked at a daycare for a while and helped with their preschool program and some other things. And then I went to Plattsburgh State University, and this is how I live my life. I'd never been to Plattsburgh. As we were driving there, we'd driven like 3.5 hours, and we stopped to go to the bathroom, and my roommate was following behind me in his car with, stuff, and I just looked at him and said, God, where is this place? And he said, I don't know, you're going there. I didn't know either. I like to just jump. So I went to Plattsburgh anyway, and in New York, the only way to start off with a special education degree is to double major. So that constituted me having to do a whole nother 4 years. So I graduated with my bachelor's degree in childhood education and a bachelor's degree in special education. And then I knew that I didn't want to live in New York anymore, and I decided to apply to jobs all over the country. And my requirements were that it had to be 800 miles away from where I grew up. That was my only requirement. Of course, as I was applying for jobs, I was looking at demographics. I landed on liberal. I come from a very predominantly white community. I went to college in a predominantly white community. I did my student teaching in a predominantly white community. So this was really an opportunity for me to learn education from a whole different background and viewpoint than what I've already experienced. And I'm so grateful that I moved to liberal. I'm so grateful that I've had these opportunities, and I absolutely love it here. Hop down for a second so I can see. Oh, so my change. I've worked in Liberal USD 480 as a special education teacher in various roles. Mostly, they're all elementary in my opinion. There was one year that I worked at what we considered an intermediate school, which was 4, 5, 6. But for the most part, my experience is K-3 with some thrown in. So I have always had high needs students. I think I counted it up last year, and I had 2 out of 15 years that I have not had a high needs student. And unfortunately, the high needs students that I've had over the years have been quite physical. And I also am not a spring chicken anymore, so I'm very tired, and I asked them if I could have a break this year. My high needs student, which was we'll say the hardest high needs student we had in the building, also the sweetest, but he was graduating to middle school last year, so I asked them, with us not having any extreme high need kids like that, could I please move into the interventionist role for a year because we had an intern teacher, and give me a break. And then the 23-24 school year, I would be ready to move right back into SPED because that is where my passion and love is. My principal took that to our district directors, and basically what they were told was no, that I could not be moved, not for a year. What I was told is, we value what you bring to us, and we can't lose that. So with them not giving me that opportunity, I decided to take my admin so that I could have other opportunities if I just couldn't handle it anymore. Because I am getting older, I'm getting tired, and my body, unfortunately, is just not doing necessarily the things I want to do. Although we're working on some solutions to that too. So for my personal goal, as I said, we're working on that. So I have been working several years ago. I was sick, and I was very, very much overweight, and the doctor said to me I would be a great candidate for weight loss surgery, and I really didn't like that comment. So since then, I don't know how healthily, but slowly I have been losing weight. It's very slow process for me. It's all exercise, no diet. I do watch portions and things like that, but I love pizza and ice cream and beer. So you only get a few pleasures in life. So like I said, portion size. I have currently lost almost 45 pounds, and I would like to continue on that journey. So hopefully that will happen within the next 1 to 5 years. Also, in my 1 to forever years, I really would like to purchase an RV. That might hopefully get done this season. We've been thinking about a camper, but the more I think about it, and I understand gas prices and all that, but right now I think an RV would be a better way for us to go, just per what we do as a family. So either way, camper, RV, something. My goal is eventually when I retire to be able to live in my RV and rent my house out while I'm gone. We get a lot of traveling nurses and stuff, and vice versa. When I want to be home, I'll rent my RV out. So that is my plan for that. My major goal for our life, one that Matthew and I have set, is to kayak. We're avid kayakers, and we set a goal to kayak in all 50 states of the United States. We are currently on 10, I believe we've done, which have been pretty centrally located. We did go down to New Orleans this last summer, so we hit some of the lower states over in there. We're going up to visit my family in New York this year, so we'll be hitting New York, Vermont, probably Pennsylvania and possibly Ohio while we're gone. So we're working on that, and that is, of course, a one to forever goal. I think it's a fabulous goal to set. We enjoy it. It's a good activity for us. It's calming, relaxing, and we love it. My other personal goal within the 6 to 10 years, which I also have on my professional slide, but I put it on my personal as well, is to obtain my doctorate. And the reason that that's a personal goal for me is, you know, after that first year of college where I said basically I just learned how to play euchre and live there, I was not a good college student. I found myself in a bad way. And I have a very snarky aunt who believes she's better than everyone else. And I was talking to some of my younger cousins, and I'm one of the older ones. And I was telling them how, you know, you need to get through this. And then once you get to college, things are a lot different, and you can pursue things differently. And even just how you learn is different. And my aunt said, well, I wouldn't listen to her if I was you, because she's never going to amount to anything. And right there in my little brain, I decided that someday I'm going to be Dr. Erica just so she has to call me that. So it is a professional goal, but also a personal goal as well. So my professional goals, my 1 to 5 is my students. I love my students. I want all my students to know that I really want them to learn. I enjoy them. I learn so much from them, and I'm so passionate about their lives and their growth. I believe I've been conveying that. It's so funny. Like I said, I teach kinder, first, second grade, and I have grown-up adults when I see them out, and they're just like, hi, Miss Arnold, and they want to tell me all these things, and it's so hard because a lot of them are boys, and they're grown men with facial hair now, and I don't know, they're not 6. So, you know, that makes me feel good, though. And Matthew always says, oh, it's like going out with a celebrity. So I want to continue doing that because that's why I'm there, is for these kids. My next professional goal is to, you know, obtain my building leadership and to gain a position. And my goal with gaining a position at this point of my career for building leadership is, yes, I said that I'm getting tired from the SPED aspect of it, but really my goal, honestly, there's so many interim teachers, and I just don't think that the one instructional coach that we have, and I'm sure a lot of buildings are in the same boat, they're not getting what they need. I really, really want to help some of these new teachers, some of these intern teachers. I want them to have the passion and the love for teaching. I want them to bring that to the kids. Once they bring that to the kids, they feel it themselves, and it just creates something magical, in my opinion. In 6 to 10, as I said, I'd like to obtain my doctorate. I put that down as 6 to 10 solely because I don't know what to do in that aspect. I'm starting to think about that, and there are people I will be talking to about that. Beyond 10, I have, at the end of this school year, I have 14 years left till I can fully retire with my capers. So my plan is to do that in 15 years. Honestly, education is hard. I think that it's getting tougher. Not that I don't love it. I just always made a pact with my best friend, who's also a teacher, that when we become the old crabby teachers, that we're going to tell each other to quit. And I'm just afraid in those 15 years that that's who I'm going to be. I've always wanted to go back to my college in upstate New York. You know, that one I didn't know where it was. Love that place. My most favorite place on the face of the planet that I've ever been to, honestly. I just love it there. It feels like home. If I was to move back to New York, that's where I would live, and that's 5.5 hours away from my family still. Or even become a substitute teacher. You know, it's very easy. We never have substitute teachers, you know, carry that on, still bring my joy and my passion to others, but not having the responsibilities of doing it day to day. And then we'll do that till we hit the next retirement age. Matthew's about 5 years younger than me, so that's a lot of years until he catches up. So as far as choosing Fort Hays, Why I chose it to begin with in March. I know I was supposed to do this video sooner, but I guess I also should have said I'm an extreme procrastinator. So back then, a couple of my colleagues have gone through Fort Hays programs, so I knew the cost was a lot lower. I obtained my master's through K-State, and the difference in cost right there is tremendous. I knew that it's very easy to use the program, that the classes went very smoothly. It was very much, you knew exactly what you needed, and that the professors were all easily attainable for you to see them, whether it was through Zoom or whatever. I also knew that when it came to passing praxis tests, that Fort Hays has really a great reputation, and it's really, really good for your test prep. Now I've gone through the program, so I'm all the way to practicum starts tomorrow, and I'm going to say I love the pace of the program. I thought that it's well planned out. I learned a lot from the assignments. There's so many times that I was just like, oh, can I just write a paper? Because, I'm older, but the way that the information was presented, and then the way that we had to present it, and I see how it relates to the practicum and what we're doing, and how I can use those things already when I do obtain that building leadership is just, I think, amazing. As I said, the professors, I really enjoyed the interaction, and the ease at which I could contact them at all times. The feedback I got from my assignments, for the most part, was phenomenal. I enjoy feedback. I want to know where my points are coming away from. I want to know what I did wrong. It wasn't just a grade for the most part. It was, here's your thing. So I really, really enjoyed that. And I personally feel like I have made a lot of growth, both personally and professionally. I've used a lot of these things in my classroom. I've used a lot of the things I've learned already in my building on leadership teams that I'm on. So I appreciate what I've gotten from Fort Hays. I am thankful for this program, and I'm thankful that it was a choice that I made. So let me move myself down here. This is really just how I want to end it, honestly. I'm a lot of things, but mostly I'm just Erica. I love my kids. I'm a teacher. I'm Miss Arnold. This is a Miss Arnold Christmas. Every year I have crazy outfits, and I love to wear them, and I participate, and I want the kids to be on my team, and I want the teachers to be on my team, and I want the administration to be on my team. I really am a team player, and I love being in school. Like, I'm a lifelong learner. I love going to school. I love teaching school. I love being in school. I love sparking that love for school in others. I love to kayak. I love to be on top of mountains. I'm adventurous. I'm just Erica. Just a Central New York girl living a pretty exceptional Kansas life.